directors and head of missions present, the president of HBKU, Dr. Ahmad Asta, the provost of HBKU, Dr. Michael Benedict, the dean of the HBKU College of Law, Dean Susan Karamanian, the director of the UNESCO Doha Office for Gulf States and Yemen, Mr. Salah Khalid, Sheikha Aisha Altani, head of the UNESCO department at the Qatar National Committee for Education, distinguished panelists, friends of HBKU, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is my pleasure and honor to stand before you today as the inaugural UNESCO Chairholder on Environmental Law and Sustainable Development. What a great honor. What a beautiful day. I must express my profound gratitude and thanks to the president of HBKU, the provost, and of course, our amazing dean of the College of Law for the wonderful support without which today would not have been possible. I should also thank my wife, Josephine, and our kids, Titi and Tony. I see them there. For their constant motivation and support. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I've titled my inaugural lecture as Our Story of Sustainability and the Sustainability of Our Story. The role of law in addressing grand sustainability challenges. Well, I know in the movies, you see them express and depict lawyers as very argumentative, technical, and at times scary. But one thing they often leave out is that we are beautiful storytellers as well. So I'm going to devote the first part of my lecture to telling the beautiful story of our sustainability efforts at HBKU College of Law that has led us to this moment in time today. While, of course, the second part, I will focus on discussing our programs and plans for the UNESCO Chair, which will ensure the continuity and sustainability of our beautiful story. Well, the three pillars of sustainable development are quite clear. Ever since that landmark 1988 report, we've understood sustainable development as development that meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. As the Excellencies have said, three pillars are very important. The economic pillar, which focuses on profit, creation of jobs. The social pillar, which focuses on creation of basic infrastructure needed for human development, such as water, energy, food, healthcare, education, and transportation infrastructure, amongst others. Of course, the third and most important, I would say, pillar is the environmental pillar, which focuses on the planet, the protection of natural capital, air, land, water, protecting them from degradation. Our role has been to develop approaches to ensure this balance. Of course, the most recent of such efforts is the UN SDGs. Ever since 2015, the UN SDGs have guided efforts aimed at achieving balance. The SDGs, of course, provide a framework for tackling several of the pressing challenges facing our world. Poverty in many parts of the world, hunger, climate change, water, energy, food insecurity, technology poverty, and of course, global pandemics such as COVID-19 that we currently face. Of course, in all of this, we look at the legal dimension. As His Excellency already mentioned, there are a lot of engineers and scientists that do the important work of developing technologies. At the College of Law, we investigate the role of law in promoting a coherent and coordinated implementation of sustainability policies in a manner that does not create exclusions and systemic inefficiencies. Law protects the design and commercialization of sustainability technologies, for example. We analyze legal requirements that will enable individuals to develop their own energy and environmental ventures. We analyze and propose code of conduct for businesses, individuals, and other actors to achieve green, low carbon, and ethical procurement practices. And as my favorite saying goes, the earth needs a very good lawyer. And that's why I have dedicated more than 15 years of my legal career to unpacking legal and entrepreneurial solutions for achieving balanced social, economic, and environmental development. This is a journey that started from my first degree in Nigeria and took me to the University of Calgary in Canada for my master's degree. A second master's degree in the United States at Harvard Law School followed, and a PhD at Oxford University followed. Of course, along the line, I've had the pleasure of serving as a visiting professor in many of the world's leading universities, including the University of Cambridge, and I've worked as a practicing energy lawyer, advising Fortune 500 corporations and governments on energy law at the global law firm of Norton Rose Fulbright. My work in this area has been recognized through my award of the most distinct legal honor in the Commonwealth and in Nigeria, the award of the Senior Advocate of Nigeria. That journey brought me to HBKU. And since I've been at HBKU, we have continued our beautiful story. Over there was our very first event under the patronage of the former Energy Minister, His Excellency Al Attiyah. We had a major conference in 2018 as well, and a major conference in 2019 that resulted in the establishment of ASELMO, the Association of Environmental Law Lecturers in Middle East Universities. Over there are my colleagues at the College of Law that also do beautiful work in different parts of this, of the field, human rights, administrative law, and we have legal education, legal training. That was an event we organized in which we hosted at the bottom at the College of Law. And in 2019, we had a major event on water, energy, food nexus, organized in partnership with the University of Birmingham, United Kingdom. And most recently, just last year, we had this huge event, again, on environmental law, in which we hosted several of the leading universities in the region. That is our story. And of course, our story of sustainability at the College of Law is simply about providing world-class education, cutting-edge research, and innovative practical training that provides our students with the tools to become proactive leaders of societal transformation. This is an effort that continues. In my view, if I'm to define sustainability in just one word, sustainability is about a future mindset, thinking about the future. Our story of sustainability should not end with us. Success without a successor is a monumental failure. And so to ensure the sustainability of our story, we have continued our collaboration with UNESCO, aimed at ensuring that the next generation of sustainability researchers and practitioners that are capable of steering the continuous development and application of environmental law in Qatar and across the region are developed. That is in line with target 4.7 of SDG 4, which aims to ensure that all learners acquire the knowledge and skills needed to promote sustainable development through education for sustainable development and sustainability lifestyles. Of course, that is in line with the UNESCO Education for Sustainable Development 2030 framework, which emphasizes the importance of sustainability education as an enabler for all of the 17 SDGs. Of course, our previous events with UNESCO have also aimed to address the MOST program of UNESCO, which talks about the need for evidence-based research to support sustainability policies and social transformations. We've also brought this analysis home to Qatar, in which we've looked at enhancing the achievement of Qatar National Vision 2030 through the development of an environmentally aware population, as the vision talks about, the need to develop for an environmentally aware population that values the preservation of the natural heritage of Qatar and its neighboring state. Of course, Article 7 of Qatar's Environmental Protection Law specifically provides that all authorities responsible for education shall include environmental awareness subjects in all the educational stages. And that's why our focus has been to develop tools, such as my book on environmental law in Arab states, which unpacks the guiding principles of environmental law in Qatar, as well as my other publication on climate change law and policy on the Middle East, in the Middle East and North Africa region. The sustainability of our story is about ensuring that we advance sustainability training, and that is why the UNESCO Chair is our most recent effort in this area. The UNESCO Chair on Environmental Law and Sustainable Development will unlock homegrown legal solutions needed to advance sustainable development in Qatar and across the region. Of course, we will focus on clean technology entrepreneurship, using legal tools to assist individuals who want to innovate. We hope to also provide tools that will assist in sustainable aviation, culture and heritage, behavioral regulation, amongst others. Our work will be divided in 4 major pillars. Research. Under research, we aim to continue what we've already been doing, which is publishing path-breaking and authoritative research work, books, journal articles that document success stories. What I see in analysis across the world at times is that the success story from the developing countries are always missing. It's as if developing countries don't talk about sustainable development at all, which is not true. So we hope to develop research and tools that will propagate the success stories and innovations on sustainability here in Qatar and across the region. Of course, we will continue our work through training. The College of Law already has 2 important master's programs on international law and a doctorate program, SJD, and we will be developing tailored certificate programs on sustainable development as well with the HBKU Executive Education Center. So for those wishing to acquire state-of-the-art knowledge in this area, we welcome you to the College of Law. And of course, our work on public dialogue will focus on organizing workshops, conferences, distinguished sustainability lecture series, guest lectures, and training programs, such as the conferences that I just showed you. We will continue to organize that in partnership with our collaborators. And international cooperation, we will be aiming to develop visiting fellowships, internships for students, faculty exchange programs, joint programming with new and existing partners such as UNESCO, UNEP, Selmu, Sish, the director is here present from Lebanon, and we hope to work together to continue to advance sustainability science, especially the social science aspect. In closing, I must end my remarks by saying a big thank you to all of our partners and collaborators. Without them, we would not have been able to come this far. Of course, UNESCO being top of the list, UNEP, they funded several of our conferences. Qatar National Research Fund has funded several of our events as well. Selmu, our regional network that was launched here in 2018. Qatar Museums provided us a very fantastic letter of support while we were applying for the chair. The Al-Attiyah Foundation as well has been very supportive. The Columbia Law School is also our major partner. Of course, International Law Association as well. You will notice that I left those empty boxes. It is not an error at all. It is to tell you that we hope that your institution will fit those boxes. We want to assist you. We want to work with you through research, training, joint events. We want to provide you legal analysis. We want to provide you legal support. We want to name you as a named partner in our future events. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Shukran Jazilan.